my dear Sagittarius. This is a love reading for you where the person most on your mind will have their true thoughts and feelings revealed by me, Queen of Cups Tarot. We will also look into what they would tell you if they had the guts to tell you the truth with my deck, the Brutally Honest Oracle cards. And this reading will be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign, and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. And for Sagittarius, this will be a reading about what the person most on your mind are feeling for you and where their thoughts are at when it comes to you. It can often be a conflict between head and heart, and this will be revealed here together with the most likely action they will take when it comes to you and your relationship. For a cross-watcher, this reading will most likely be about where the Sagittarius person's thoughts and feelings are at. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. And I usually read for the empath side of the story. Also remember that the other person holds your shadow that you mirror out to the world so you can be able to see it. In the end, you need to use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this general reading for you. As an extended member to my channel, you can get these readings ahead of time and with no ads. And I'm also doing spiritual growth readings for all the members to the channel every week and personal readings for the full members. Subscribe and then check this out through the join button or follow the link in the description box to learn more about membership. And I will use the Light SEER'S Tarot for the readings part. When I open your deck here, I see the Three of Cups with the Page of Wands. So this person seems to think that life is some kind of party, or life with you would be a party. We will see. Okay, so I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have the Queen of Swords with the Three of Cups. So I'm thinking we have a situation where someone is a little bit maybe adventurous, not particularly serious, maybe a player or someone that just likes, the fun side of life. And then we have another person that kind of judge them for it or would want them to be in some other way. Okay, so this is at least what they are thinking. So I called for archangels in the four corners of the world. So here we can see people having different opinions, different values in life, want different things. One person might want to settle down, have kids, take responsibility, go to work every day. And the other one wants to travel the world, be up all night, party all night, sleep all day. So very different opinions. It's like trying to build totally different houses. And it's hard to cooperate if we don't have the same idea of how the foundation for the house should look like. So call the 6 elements, 9 of Pentacles with the 5 of Wands. So this is definitely singles energy, like someone that would want to be single or want to have freedom to choose whatever they want today and not have anyone else to tell them if they're doing right or doing wrong or doing this or doing that. Okay. I called the I'm sorry I was silent. I was just checking out a thing in my candle. It seems like a young mother carrying a little child on their shoulder. I don't know what's the... I'm feeling like the little child is this person that wants to party all night. I don't know what happened to them, but maybe they're still this little child. Okay. Or something happened when there was a child. It's a little bit hard to see, how the human eye is creating patterns. So there is the baby's head. The mother, you just see the hair and the back of her trousers there. And she has, I don't know, an arm out there. Maybe she has the baby on the back or over the shoulder. I'm not sure. So I don't know if you could see that, but it's when it catches my attention like that and I drift away, it's usually some kind of message. So I will tune in for a few seconds here to you, the person most on your mind, and their true thoughts and feelings for you. So this will be the most likely action they will take when it comes to you and your relationship. And this is their feelings there, and this is on their mind's level. We have a 9 of Cups here. So it's a person that's trying to fulfill their own needs, trying to make themselves happy. We have the 9 of Wands, which actually the Sagittarius energy, and the Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, which I'm feeling is this energy that's judging this energy. So for some of you, this will be the Sagittarius. That's the person that wants to be like a bumblebee going from flower to flower. But for many Sagittarius watching, you will be the one prepared to take responsibility and dealing with your own shadow or your own opposite. Okay. Party is on their mind and on their feelings level. We can see really deep feelings here, and they're being like ripped by their own feelings and drowned by their own feelings and lifted up in the sky by their own feelings. So it might be an artistic soul, this one, but it's an artistic soul, and they feel a little bit unstable. So they're trying to stabilize themselves by maybe putting a boundary to how much they allow themselves to care, for example, that if they feel that they get too imbalanced, they stop caring altogether about the situation. But I can see that they do care, and they might even want like a stable future with you, but since maybe they can't take the seriousness of life, they want to have like a big party or no responsibility, they want things to be lighthearted and fun, so they're not dragged down in this kind of manic. They might be before, in the olden days, we said that a person was like manic or manic depressive, but I think bipolar is the correct term right now, that sometimes we can be so giddy and so up and everything is so fun, and then, you know, out of the blue we get the blues. So I'm thinking this person has those tendencies to be very up and very down, and they try to level it out by, I don't care, let me do what I want, give me my freedom, don't touch me, don't put demands on me, don't try to shackle me or shame me, or yeah, I don't know. But but they seem to have authorities or parents. If they now see you as a parent, they also see you as someone that they need to rebel against. I'm looking at that child with the young mother again, and I still don't know why. But we have the Star card and Ace Justice here. Both of them are major arcana card, as is the Devil. 7 of Pentacles. So I think we have some growth problem here. It's not that the person is hopeless and immature and haven't grown properly. It's something else. It's like a little bit of a wall. It could be in a totally other way, but they have said no. Procrastinating. Okay. Rather stay the devil for some reason. Rather, it's more pleasant, it's more easy. So on their mind is confusion. And for Wands, I think they like to, you know, having the life party also with you. It's not that they are bored with you. It's just as soon as you tell them how to build their house or what you want out of life, or you're trying to, you know, get the two of you to work together in the same direction, I guess then it becomes a problem. Death. 13, 1 plus 3, 4. So what I sense here is that this person loves you, but they feel fear of changing in the way that you ask them to. They feel like they lose control and they don't know where it will end. Will they be able to cope even with the kind of lifestyle you want to have, or the life you want to build for the two of you? This even going to be a habitable life for them? Are they going to be able to be happy in that kind of lifestyle? I'm feeling genuine fear here for these topics. So I guess this person feels genuine fear for where you are trying to guide them. It's like you dangle the carrot of love in front of them and say, oh, so to have it, you need to change. And they don't know if they want to change. Very disappointed here. 10 of Cups. Okay. So they don't want to change for you, but they love you. They want to be with you, but they don't want to be another person or cope with life in another way just to please you. So maybe this person would do better in a polyamorous relationship, or in a relationship where, you know, people were young and they didn't want to make these big life decisions just yet. They can be perfectly okay with, you know, backpacking through Europe, or, you know, not knowing where they will wake up the next morning, or even if they will have somewhere to sleep at night. And that kind of lifestyle seems to make this person feel more comfortable, because then it's like the whole world's responsibility and pressure is not on them. And when you ask them to change, it's like you don't love them for who they are, and they get more and more selfish because someone needs to love them for who they are. And I'm looking at the mother and the child again. So I don't know what happened with that. I feel like love from that mother and real consideration, but maybe they were very young and immature and weren't able to make this baby feel safe in the world. So maybe the mother was also very sensitive and couldn't cope, or they coped because they had to, but they might have transferred something like some kind of panic to this baby. Like if the mother had panic taking care of this baby and would have wished to be single, or, you know, not a parent for a longer period of time. It's some kind of fear. I don't think it's all this person's fear. It might be have been so superimposed upon them by other people's fear, people that they were very connected to. So on a mind's level, King of Swords, Nine of Wands, living on the top of a mountain with fence. So this is where they feel safe. Maybe running away to Himalaya and not telling you their address would work for them. Okay. And Queen of Cups, but they love you, and like really, really love you. We have 19 Sun, 10 of Cups is the highest card for love in the whole tarot deck, those two. So love is real, and you know, really feeling the heart energy there with you. It's just that they try to protect themselves against the future you are trying to make for them. So they would love you for as long as they would feel comfortable doing that if you just let them. But to expect any, you know, forward movement from this person, or, you know, can't we get married and the person will maybe faint, I don't know, or you know, die at that spot in a heart attack or an aneurysm. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny because they have such an overreaction to something that's pretty normal and that people would want to do when they love each other. I have a traumatized inner child. Okay, so it's the baby in the candle there. I have mother issues. No. And I love someone else. I felt like they kind of love the whole world, but I'm not sure that they actually love someone else. We'll see what's going on. I think they love their alternative lifestyle, and that's what we are seeing here. Was this the wrong deck? Didn't you have an answer for me? We'll see. Lady of Gift. You can see this as the opposite, not generosity, but you know, being the miser and withholding. So this person, you know, living on an ice castle in the top of the mountain, they try to love themselves, I think, trying to not be overwhelmed by this young mother's feelings of burden and responsibility. It's like the things you want, and the kind of responsibility that you might want is the thing that this person almost wants to save you from this by not being with you. It doesn't make sense, but it's if they are not with you, then you are free. So maybe they are trying to save their mother from them by saving you from them. Well, maybe that makes sense, but I will read this card for you anyways. So you can see a little bit their mindset here, loving someone else. They might think that you would benefit from like the opposite of what you say that you would benefit from. And they don't think that what you want is really what you want. And that if you would get it, you would hate them forever. Maybe their mother really felt like they were a burden, even if they tried to do their best there. The Lady of the Gift brings a message of tithing. To be your ally, she requires you to look at the nature and method of your giving to others. The world is your church, and you only need to distribute 10% of your wealth to others to ensure that flow continues. And this person, you know, they're living here up the mountain. They don't want to give like anything of their energy to you. They're putting up these boundaries here also, like the wall we see on this castle. So they would wish to not even, maybe they could give 10%. That would be enough, not more. You can't have more. You know, if they give you their little finger, you will take the whole hand. Yet this doesn't necessarily mean giving money away, nor does it imply a direct action of charity, even though the tradition of tithing is material. In fact, the kind of tithing the lady asks of you isn't tangible material at all. She asks you to look at all human beings as important in the divine scheme of things and show others that you believe in them. Pay attention to how you treat people and be mindful of your perception. If you see others as successful and abundant and act as if you believe they have value, blessings all around are assured. You believe in other has greater value than you could fathom. This alone guarantees your success long term. Remember that you can only keep what you're willing to give. This person wants to keep you, but they don't want to give anything to you. And they don't have, you know, they don't see the road that you have chosen as successful and abundant. They see it as dangerous. And then they put themselves in this isolated position. The Lady of the Gift says that the act of withholding isn't welcome in her world. In fact, withholding information is another way to lie. Perhaps someone is doing this to you, or you are doing this, withholding something in order to keep you manipulated and controlled, so you believe deep down you're not quite good enough. But I think this person doesn't feel quite good enough, so they're not doing this to you so you will feel bad about yourself. They are doing this to you to save you, but the consequence is that when they withdraw from you, they make you feel bad, like you are not worthy of their attention or their time or their promises or their responsibility taking. Now it's time for you to address the concept of withholding. If you see this is in any aspect of your life, it's time for a change. Giving to others with the idea of getting something in return is also being warned against here. The best way out of this mire is to give with honesty and with an open heart and without expectations. The Lady of the Gift challenges you to be generous and compassionate. You can always start again. I think the most compassionate thing to do is to actually, let this wild horse run free. Send them away in this snowy desert here and let them do whatever they want. Like, it's no use in stressing someone into nosebleed just because you want them to not have a trauma, to not have mother issues, and to not have this trouble with love. It's almost like they have a fence there, so loving someone else. It might even be like this in some extreme cases, that the person parades other people in front of you so that you will realize that you are not loved by this person, so you will let them go. And it's not because they really want to be let go, it's because they think that that's the kindest thing to do towards you, because that would be the kindest thing that anyone could do towards them. And that kind of leads me to the same conclusion: let the person go. If they want to live, as an isolated monk in the mountain, let them live as an isolated monk in the mountain. If that makes them happy, let them be happy. So you don't have to, change them into not being traumatized and to, take responsibility and live a 9-to-5 life. They might come to that conclusion another life, but right now, see the coloring of this? It's something more that I don't really get to with this mother and the child and this white and the purple here. Okay, so it's some kind of chivalry thing, really. They're trying to be generous. I think it's this, that they're trying to be generous by keeping you on an arm's length distance, so you won't be tied to them as the mother there was to her child. Okay. 8 of Pentacles, the most likely action. Queen of Wands. 3 of Swords. Okay, I can see you have probably been like a little bit like a therapist to this person. You see here the kind of like distance that they take, and this person's putting in their effort. So I think with wise hands and a loving heart, you have been trying to get close to this like skittish person, a little bit like they are this adrenaline cat. If you cough, they will run for the hills or run under the bed or up to their tower. And you have really trying to be warm, generous, or not even tried. I think you have succeeded. You have been you have made this person feel very special. And we have the 3 of Swords here, and that's the conflict between how you made them feel and how they think they make other people feel. Okay, so by loving them, it's painful for them because they feel like this isn't true, and you are just doing this out of the goodness of your heart because you are such a perfect, beautiful person. But they are not, they just mess up other people's lives. They just make other people's lives miserable, and it's even more traumatizing for them that you love them like this, and they will have to let you go. So it's really, really painful. There's no logic here, of course, but if you have a trauma, it's not particularly logic. You will react like a hurt animal, like with instincts and from a very subconscious place, because it's like your body has taken over, or your subconscious has taken over, and you don't make sane decisions anymore. 8 of Cups, walking away and hurting. So it seems like this person is almost doomed to hurt on their own, and maybe you need to let them. They think that just by being in the world, they create chaos and problems in other people's life, and if they ask for something for themselves, they will be a burden to others. And I think maybe they need to run as far as this thing goes, run to the hills and live alone and, feel miserable and, explore that part of life because you can't change a person's mind. And we see them, living here on the mountaintop and going away from you and, dwelling in the heartbreak and trauma. With the 3, it's the Empress energy, so the mother. You can't put a rope on this one and make them stay. Like a wild horse, you put a rope on it and you say, stay here, I will take care of you, I will make you happy. No, this horse wants to run for the hills, and it wants to, be scared of humans and not want anyone to touch them or come close to them. So let them run, let them be the wild horse. I'm thinking that's the best option for now. You can't get any progress as of now with this person. They need to go deeper into their trauma. They need to hurt more. They need to, follow this belief that they are the worst person ever and that they wreck people's life. So they need to go into that direction and explore it. And when they are done doing that, they have lived that, and they have made their own experience out of that, they have made their own mistakes, then they will come with some kind of conclusion and hopefully find a healthy way out of there. It might not even be in this lifetime that they will find any kind of solution. They might live like this for the rest of their life and, the 10 or 15 or 20 lives to come. to deal with this, to learn this, but it's their soul's road, and this is their spin-off right now. It's spinning like this in this direction. You can't do anything to prevent it. It's painful because there's mutual love here. Both people love each other, but this person has this trauma and these mother issues that making them live like I'm starting to thinking of the movie Frozen. So for some of you it might help to watch that movie. And I'm also hearing a song here from that movie. Reconciliation and romantic feelings. I'm asking where the divine think this is going to go. So I think if you let this person go, like, okay, let them go. Give them the big gift that they want to give you, freedom. It's kind of indicated by the divine that this person will come back. So maybe it won't take 20 lifetimes. We'll see. I will check advice for you, because this is showing that this love is very strong, as we have already seen. But here the person is choosing, no, I forgo love. I will be alone. I will live in the mountain. I will, be free, and I won't bother you. You won't bother me. So let them go. Like help them along, pack their little bag, give them like some food on the journey, and like wave happily in the door and say, oh, I wish you a happy life. And then maybe, they will see that this wasn't such a good decision after all. They weren't, like, wherever you go, there you are. So I think they won't solve their problem like this, but they are very stubborn going in this direction. So you better let them. This is advice cards. Self-worth, obedience, strength. Self-worth. We can see this person has problem with self-worth because for some reason they were very intertwined with their mother's energy when they were small, and they felt all her feelings. And since they loved this person, endlessly, they didn't want them to feel the way that they felt when they had to take care of them as a child. And they don't wish this on anyone that they love. So the more they love you, the less they can be with you, because then they feel like a burden. So the more lighthearted the relationship is, or casual, the more they can be with you, because then they don't really love you that much, and then they can spend time with you. It's okay. But as soon as they realize that they love you for real, they need to save you from them. So crappy self-worth, we can make that as a, like, that's the headline for that card. 48, obedience. So they are living underneath very strict rules because they think that they are an ugly person with an ugly soul. Poor this little baby that had to feel like this. There are rules for everything. The sun rises and the moon sets, and they dance together in a perfect steps. What rules are you considering when you ask your question? You will be sorry if you are going to break a rule that's in place to protect you and others. So this is how serious this person thinks it is. Even though you may not like authority right now, this is a time to obey what has already been set in motion. Let's say, for example, that maybe their mother got ill because of the stress, maybe having to deal with a baby, and maybe having too much responsibility on her own. I don't know what happened. Some might even have ended their lives, and this little child feels this responsibility, or felt. This is a time, so they feel like and they feel like they were the one causing this, and that there's rules that they broke that made this happen, that they wanted the love from their mother, and that killed her, or made her sick, or made her stressed out. It's different degrees in hell, okay? This is a time to learn the lay of the land and to follow the customs to keep things in order. Learn the steps of the dance before you attempt to change them to suit you. So this is the person deciding that it's better for them to live in the mountains, or, hell away from other people, so they can't make a mess of things or hurt people. And then we have the strength card, 35. 35. Sometimes life will present you with challenges you think are too difficult to endure. Thus it seems as if nothing goes your way and that everyone else appears to be having a good time. Be strong. Drawing this symbol means that no matter what is happening in your life, you have the strength to endure all experiences. Like an ancient oak whose trunk cannot be uprooted by the mightiest storm, you will know a strength that comes from within. You will win this game of life. You have the strength to face any situations now. So I think that's advice for you, but it's also how this person is trying to master being away from you unnecessarily. But if you have this conviction, then you have this conviction. It's not something that they can stop convincing themselves about just because it would be healthier. So I would urge you to watch the reading next 3 months love prediction to get more information about this situation, or the love reading for August that will show both of your opinions. You can also watch your next relationship. Will you meet somebody soon to get a sneak peek of who is coming towards you with love? Or watch the true thoughts and feelings from previous month to get a deeper and prolonged understanding of your situation. And as an extended member to my channel, you can get these readings ahead of time and with no ads. And I'm also doing spiritual growth readings for all the members to my channel every week and personal readings for the full members. Subscribe and then check this out through the join button or follow the link in the description box to learn more. And on my first channel page, there are playlists for all the astrological signs where you can watch all the latest readings for your specific sign in one single playlist. So go and check that out. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay truly blessed. Bye-bye.